Robot Project. My name is Jacktify.
And I'm Bentify.
And this is Uncoordinated Bob. So, about a year ago, last summer, I'd been on the robotics team for about a year, and I really wanted to make my own robot project. So, I'd seen Boston Dynamics on the news, and they had all these kind of dog-like robots with 4 legs running around. I thought this was just the coolest thing. So I did a lot of research on DIY robots, especially like legged robots like this. And it turns out a quadruped robot is totally a thing. So, but really, I wanted to make mine from scratch. So I used kind of a compilation of a number of different guides. And so first, I wanted to make the chassis, right? So I borrowed the CAD files from one of the guides that I found, and I scaled them all down on my computer so that they would fit the servos I wanted to use. Then we printed them out, and I cut them with a handheld Dremel out of HDPE plastic. Next, we ordered a bunch of servos. So for a quadruped like this, one needs 3 servos per leg, so I have 12 mini metal geared servos. This first one is on like an elbow joint hinge, and the other one is on a shoulder type hinge. So next, Bob needed a brain. So we went with the Arduino as a microcontroller, which is really good at controlling motors like this. And we wired the whole thing together with temporary wires and a breadboard. Oh, and we also used a life battery, which is kind of like a LiPo battery, but has a much lower tendency to catching on fire. So around this time, summer was pretty much over, and we went to our school's local hackathon. Now, this year they were really promoting hardware hacks, so we used Bob as a platform to program off of. You know, me and my brother and 2 of our friends, we formed a team, and we started programming with Bob. So it turns out our breadboard wasn't working, so we spent the first couple hours troubleshooting the whole robot and eventually swapping out the breadboard. Now Bob is much more coordinated because the circuit is complete and all of his legs work. So we made a couple programs, which I'll show now. First is our center servo program, where each of the servos centered to 90 degrees. So he stands up. Next was our basic walking program. As you see, each of the diagonals moves at the same time. First these 2 legs, and then these 2 legs, and then the whole body shifts forwards. And finally, an alternate walking program where Bob acts kind of like a jumping spider. All 4 of his legs curl in, and then he springs out into the standing position. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Defy Robotics.